Hi guys, welcome back to episode 2 of Cooking with the King, and hope you guys liked the last one. I liked it too, and today we're making crepes for our second episode. A little different, a little French cuisine. I've had crepes a lot, I've made them a lot, so I'm excited to share the experience with you. So let's get started. We're going to start with a fruit sauce. So we use a pan here, medium-sized pot. We are going to put in some blueberries. I'm doing a blueberry cherry lemon. It's pretty good. This is our classic that we do. So it's a couple cups of blueberries. It depends on the ratio of stuff you're doing, how many people you're gonna have, or like whatever. So here's some cherries going in here. Maybe a cup of these. I'm not doing too many. They're bigger, and the amount of blueberries I put in, that's gonna do a little bit more of a ratio. So once you get your fruit in, you're gonna go over and get some water in. Again, it's the ratio. Mine was about maybe 2 cups of water I put in until it maybe covers most of the fruit up. That's when you know it's enough. So we're gonna put this on our stove at maybe medium-high heat once you're done. But first, we're gonna start with some lemon here. So we're going to zest this lemon in. So I have a zester here. We grab our lemon here. Just zest it right. You can put it on a plate or a bowl, but I'm just going to zest mine right over the pot just to get fresh from the lemon. You're going to have to scrape down your zester like mine, but you're going to get most of the lemon. So now that you have your zest in, you're going to want to put juice in. I put juice in. You don't have to. This is optional, but I did. So what you're going to do is get a cutting board, a knife, and a juicer out. So what I did was I cut my lemon and then put each half into my juicer. So right here, it's the same lemon that I used. We're using just one lemon. Cutting that lemon in half. And then we're going to put it in our juicer so that we can juice it up. So we get that. We got 2 halves of lemons. Now we're going to put that in our juicer here. Clean up our workstation. I'll put this in. Okay. Always got to keep it clean. That's my type of thing. I need my space to be clean. So, put it in there. Just juice it again right over the pot. Make sure none squeezes out. I didn't have any, so kind of keep it lower. Don't squirt it high. With mine, it kind of comes out of the bottom and the sides, so you can get one like mine. But, it's maybe just a regular juicer, like one that you can just kind of zest it in. But, just kind of juice out most of the whole lemon. You also could do this by hand, by just squeezing your lemons. But this is just a little bit easier. It's not, you're going to get your hands all dirty, so this is just an easier way to do it. So once you get enough lemons zesting, use your whole lemon. That's probably enough. Ours was plenty lemony. So you're going to put that away. Then, now you're going to put this on your stove at roughly medium-high heat until it starts to boil, because that water is going to start kind of thickening. But what we're going to do soon is going to do a cornstarch like slurry we're going to make. So put that at medium-high heat. Get it until it's nice. Once again, I have to check my work. So now we're going to make a little cornstarch, sugar, water slurry. So we haven't put any sugar in yet. It depends on how sugary you want yours. I usually do 2 tablespoons of sugar in. So we're going to get a cup out here. And we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of sugar for my ratio. That's how much we're going to use. Because if you do a little, you're not going to want a ton of sugar. Like, why would you? But this is because the lemon has a little bit of sweetness to it. So do the berries, kind of natural flavoring. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in here. And then, 1 tablespoon. 2, sorry. And then, so I'm going to put that in. Now, I did 3 whopping spoonfuls, which would be like, so a 1/4 of a cup, so use 4 tablespoons, but I just did 3 spoonfuls. And while you're stirring your fruit sauce, you can check to see, does it need to be thicker? It's not going to automatically thicken. You have to stir it while you're making your crepes, but off and on stirring, and it will pretty much get thick. Yeah, this is also depending on how thick you want it. For crepes, you want it decently thick so it doesn't run out from the inside. So now we're going to put in some water. So we got our water in. I filled it mainly up to the cup. Now we're just going to kind of mix it together, make it kind of thick, make so it's all nice and mixed together. So that's our cornstarch slurry done. Now we're going to pour that into our pot. Make sure you guys can see it here. And don't be stupid like me and make a mess. Yes, I spilled it down the side. Cornstarch, it will get all over, but just make sure you clean it up. I have to do that after. I got it on my floor. But yeah, so now we're going to start making the crepes. This is what you probably guys came here for. So we're going to need a blender. Like mine here, you can get one just like this. So you're going to need this on high power when you do it, just because you have a lot of stuff going into it. So when we make our crepes, we're going to start with wet ingredients first. So what we're starting with here is, this is 1.5 cups of milk. You guys can see there. Just going right in. That's the first thing I did. It's better to start with your wet ingredients because you don't want all the dry stuff on the bottom where the actual blender is. So then we're going to go to 2 eggs, I think. Yeah, 2 eggs next. Yeah, just crack those in. Make sure it don't get any shells in, like all my other videos you'll see. Always with eggs, no shells. Yeah, and so the next one goes in, and don't be an idiot like me again. And I dropped the shell in, so you guys are going to see that happen. So there goes the shell, so I have to dig my hand in there. Make sure you don't cut your hand on the blender. That was stupid of me to do that. So yeah, don't do that either. So yeah, dry my hand off so I don't get milk, egg mixture everywhere. Now I'm going to go into with some oil. Vegetable oil or olive oil is probably the best. So I just have mine here. We're going to do 2 teaspoons of this. Make it pretty. Yeah. So 2 teaspoons of oil going in. Yeah, so that's going to be it with your wet ingredients, which, like I said, it's good to do first because your dry ingredients, if you do those first, it might get caked down in the bottom of it. Then you're going to have a hard time getting all your stuff out. So there's the 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil or olive oil, whatever you pick. This was olive oil. Okay, so now let's move on to our dry ingredients. First, we're going to start with 1 cup of flour. Goes in on the top, like I said, second. And then, get all that in there. Now we're going to go to, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Just 1. Because you have the 2 roughly in your fruit sauce, so it's going to be enough sweetness. And if you guys follow this recipe, you'll see you don't need a lot in there. These kind of are like pancakes. So, like in your pancakes, you don't want too sweet pancakes. So, they're like flat pancakes. But, yeah, they're good. So, now we're going to go through 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, so you could just do like a couple shakes of salt with this because it's just 1/8. But I poured mine in like a good person because I don't want to. That's the thing with baking, is you have to have everything exact. You don't want stuff to be not too, like, exact, but, yeah, like with cooking, you can kind of tinker with it, but with baking, you want it pretty exact. So now we're going to blend this, so put your lid on, and while you're doing that, you want to hold it so it doesn't blow off, and then you get mixture all over, and then your parents or whoever is going to get mad at you, because then you have a sticky and stinky mess all over. So we're going to make sure that's sealed and make sure the top cap is nice and on. And then you're going to put it on high power and then put it just like blend. So right here, blend it up for a little bit. Not too long. You just want a quick little blend. And then you're going to take, after this, you're going to take the lid off. Then you're going to take a spatula, wipe down the sides, kind of get the stuff all mixed in. So go get our spatula here. And you can still see there's, like, flour in the front. You can kind of see that. That's why if you get it at the bottom, it won't mix as well, because flour, it's very dense. But, like, the salt and the sugar would be fine. So now we're going to put the lid back on once we're done with scraping the sags down. And I don't know if you saw that, but I actually did get some of the mixture on my forehead because I was not being careful. And make sure you're careful because it is runny. So after you're done with your spatula, you're going to put your lid back on. Just go for a couple more seconds of blending. Because you don't want it too mixed together. You don't want it too bubbly, but you want it a good mixture together. So, yeah, this is on high power, just blending. And, yeah, that'll do it for the blending. Okay, now we're making our crepes. So we're going to want to grease our pan, get it nice and ready. This is hot. I've made a couple. So you're going to get your pan hot. Now wipe around your oil or grease. I used a baster, but it's fine if you want to use anything else. Now you're going to take about 1/4 of a cup of your crepe batter, get it around your pan. Now you just want to swirl it. Make sure it's all even all over, and you don't have too much of a mess. Now you can see in the back corner I have my fruit sauce there. Yeah, I've been stirring off and on that you want to do. So, yeah, you can do that. So now we're just going to wait here. You want it to look bubbly, have lots of bubbles in it, and you want it to look dry. So, stir my fruit sauce. See, it's kind of thick. So, you want it to be dry. It looks kind of yellow, and you want it to have lots of bubbles. And you want to be able to, when you turn it, not stuff just run off. So, here we flipped it. Nice. Yeah, that's a perfect crepe right there. Kind of golden. Yeah, so just wait on the other side, and then we got a crepe done. So, yeah, I've already made some of these, so the pan is hot. You want a hot pan. All right, now let's flip it. Okay, so I've tried this for the first time, actually flipping it. All right, now this is preparing our crepe. This is fun. Crepes are amazing. I hope you like it. So take a crepe. Put it down. This is how I always do it. Okay, so now you take some fruit sauce, get it down in there. Get about, that's 1/4 of a cup, so get enough in there. Now you're going to take one side and fold it in, and then take the other. Make sure it doesn't come out, so I kind of held it there. Now, I like powdered sugar on top of mine. It's kind of nice, so you just shake some powdered sugar on there. Now, I like putting granola on mine, too. You can put anything. You can go from, salty, you can put an egg on it. You can do yogurt. I put some granola on. You can put Nutella, which is a classic lots of people like. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.